Hi, I'm John Mitchell. And I'm Adam Noble. And you're watching Bubble TV. This is where we try and help you achieve your goals in VCE. And this is Whiteboard Wednesday, where we try and answer your questions. And we've had a few questions about motivation theories. So what we're going to do today is, most of you will be studying employee expectations and motivation theory. So we're going to give a real life example that's in the news right now, and then we're going to apply the different theories and expectations to that actual example. So let's get into it. So the company example we're going to go through that's in the news right now is Australia Post. So some of you will have seen in the news that they've announced that they're cutting 900 workers from their workforce. They're really struggling with their letter service. Not as many people are sending letters due to email and all the technology that's available. But an increase in parcel delivery service. So what they're trying to do is they're reducing the actual workforce by 900. They're implementing some new technologies where you'll be able to put in a PIN at a post office and actually collect your mail. I think they're charging like $400 to be able to put in a parcel post box at your residence. And they're also looking at extending the working hours for their parcel delivery service and actually going into working on opening on weekends as well. So that's the actual scenario, and Adam's going to go and look into what employee expectations that's interfering with.
Okay, as John mentioned, we're going to look at employee expectations and how they've been impacted by Australia Post making this decision to reduce the workforce by 900 people. Now firstly, what are employee expectations? Now, employee expectations are the minimum requirements or expectations that employees have to be able to achieve in the workplace. Okay, now the typical employees' expectations are work-life balance, conditions of employment, occupational health and safety, and job security. Now it's important for companies to exceed or at least meet these for workers to be able to achieve, to have workplace satisfaction and boosted productivity. Now what we'll do is we'll go through three of these expectations that are perhaps not being met or exceeded in this scenario. Okay, firstly let's have a look at job security. Job security is an employee's belief about the continuity of their work. Okay, so obviously this is going to be impacted by the decision by Australia Post. The remaining workers and even the workers who are still there are going to fear about the loss of their position, will be insecure in their positions, and this could have ramifications going forward. Okay, the second expectation which may be impacted is conditions of employment. Now this is in relation to the hours, leave and other entitlements. And this is also going to be impacted by Australia Post's decision of extending weekend working hours and parcel delivery on Saturday. A lot of employees may be fearing and be worried about how much of an impact these longer weekend hours are going to have on them. Okay, the third expectation is work-life balance. Now this includes things like flexible working conditions, which may mean varying hours, the ability to care for children or to finish work early. Now this is obviously going to be impacted or affected by the remaining workers at Australia Post, as they may have to compensate for the 900 workers gone. Some of their hours may increase and they may have less ability to take time off to care for their families.
So now that Adam's gone through the expectations, I'm going to look at one of the motivation theories, which we'll start off with Maslow. Maslow, remember, is a hierarchy, and if we look at how we could apply Maslow to this scenario where Australia Post is reducing the workforce by 900, we could straight away go to safety and security. Now, no matter what else is happening according to Maslow, the safety and security element of his theory will be the motivating factor, because all of a sudden people are out of a job, but also the employees that are there, at the moment they're not really sure exactly who's losing their job. They know that 900 workers are going, but they're not 100% sure who will be offered voluntary redundancy, who will be asked to leave, etc. So all of a sudden we can apply and say, well, Maslow says that this will be a motivating factor, and this is where we are on the hierarchy, so it's important then that Australia Post addresses that. Could be that they implement longer term contracts for those people that are there, or train them so that they are investing in them and they feel valued by the organisation, and then they can move up the chain and move up into the higher order of needs again.
Okay, another theory of motivation we'll look at is Herzberg. Okay, remember Herzberg has two sets of factors, motivating and hygiene factors. Now, obviously, the hygiene factors are what's going to be impacted most by this move by Australia Post. So hygiene factors include the work itself, working hours, basic conditions, and job security. So obviously those things are impacted and affected by this move by Australia Post, but hygiene factors will lead to only dissatisfaction. Okay, so it's important for Australia Post to address these things by, as John mentioned, longer term contracts, assurances about changes of working hours, so they can at least make sure that the employees are satisfied. But in terms of real long-term motivation, obviously Australia Post will need to be focusing on the motivating factors, which is challenging and interesting work, given extra responsibilities, and things like that. Okay, so that's how we can apply Herzberg to this scenario.
Alright, so now over to our third motivation theory, which is Locke's goal setting theory. A little bit harder to apply this one to this scenario, but we still can, because we can look at the remaining employees and how we can set goals with them. So remember, the remaining employees, they're still going to be working there. They should be working collaboratively with their managers to set goals, so that's important that you add collaboration in there. The goals need to be challenging, so Locke is essentially all about challenging goals and challenging work, so they need to set challenging goals that's going to be really interest the employees, and then they need to give positive feedback and on how they're going. So that's a really important factor to put in there also. And really it's all about the remaining employees, and you could apply, well, in order to increase motivation, we need to work collaboratively, setting goals with our employee, challenging goals with our employees, and then providing positive feedback on how they're achieving those goals. So hopefully that helps you in your application of employee expectations and the three motivation theories. They can be a little difficult to understand, but if you think of it in real terms, that can really help you. So good luck with all that. Now I want to hear from all you guys, and I've got a question on the blog for you based on this scenario. So what I want to know is, how would you apply any one of the three theories? You can use all three if you want, but any one of the three theories, how would you apply that to the scenario that's happening at Australia Post? To let us know how you would apply one of the motivation theories to Australia Post's situation of reducing their workforce by 900 workers, then head over to teachingbubble.com/blog and type your answer into the comments section below the video. If you think this video will help you in your motivation theories and employee expectations, then like it, and we'd love you to share it with all your friends. And if you want even more resources to help you achieve your goals in VCE this year, then head over to teachingbubble.com. Continue to stay focused on your goals and dreams, work hard, and don't be scared to ask for help. You really can achieve what you set your mind to. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Bubble TV. Revision lectures are coming up. Want in for more information? Come over